following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
More fallout from the state budget impasse. Why one local organization may have to close its doors, coming up.
Plus, are you avoiding a late fee at the local library? We'll tell you a unique way to get out of paying up ahead.
Plus, wicked weather hits the tri-states area and residents are left cleaning up the damage.
We begin with severe weather coverage after those storms pounded East Missouri and nearby communities. Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4.
News 3's Emily Manley traveled to the hardest hit area. Emily?
After 9 p.m. last night, residents of Maywood, Missouri were told they were under tornado warning. That warning helped people seek shelter, but it did not prevent the devastation left behind. I traveled to Lewis County today to learn about what the families are facing. An EF0 is the weakest tornado possible, but don't let that number fool you. It's destroyed houses, grain bins, and trees.
It looks like a tornado touchdown just off out here in the woods, and then traveled east and hit this house. It looks like EF0 to EF1 damage at this point. We got to go downstream and take a look and make sure that there's any more damage.
Daryl Eisenberg, his daughter, and his brother all live within a half mile. Of the three, his was the only one not affected.
Well, they said there was a warning, and we was watching it, and it got real quiet at the house after some hail, and then all of a sudden my daughter called me and said the tornado had hit here, which is only a half mile away. So
Eisenberg was relieved that when he got to his daughter's house, the only thing destroyed was a grain bin. But that wasn't the case nearly half a mile up the road. The residents of this home had their windows blown out and roof removed. The homeowners did not want to be on camera, but told me the husband was the only one home at the time. He grabbed a couple of water bottles and a banana and headed to the basement. A few minutes later, he heard the roof being torn off and the shattering of windows. He and his family are safe and are working to salvage what they can of their home. The Red Cross was in the area making sure this family and other residents were safe.
We're out doing our disaster response, checking on the people in the community and seeing if there's any help that we can do for them. The houses that we've been to, if they're insured, we don't have to do as much, and the ones that where we are now, they don't have as much damage. They can still live in their houses.
Eisenberg says the town was lucky because the tornado could have been much worse.
Well, of course, she's worried about somebody being hurt, but turned out that nobody was hurt, or injured. And we got a lot of debris we've been cleaning up, but other than that, everything went pretty well, considering,
Caesar King explained that the National Weather Service determined it was a tornado, not just high winds.
With a tornado path, you're looking for a convergent pattern, so that the trees are going to be facing each other. In a downburst or a straight line wind damage, they're going to be spread out in opposite directions. So
now that the tornado has left its mark, families and people of the community are ready to help those in need.
The mud dries up so we can do something. I guess we'll start doing whatever we need to do to clean it up and make it look better, So right now it looks pretty crazy.
There's a grain bin that has to be cleaned up, and so the families and community will get together and work on that.
Awesome. And this is the line that the tornado hit. As you can see, the orange dot on your screen is where that house with no roof hit. And then moving a little bit farther to that green dot, that is where the grain bin was. That was about a mile-long stretch. They expected the tornado was on the ground for that mile. Although people affected may have lost property, personal belongings, and even the roofs over their heads, the people of Maywood say they're grateful for their safety. No one was hurt because of the precautions they took after the warning was issued. Jose, back to you.
The Macomb Library is looking to make those book finds disappear, but not with money. Instead, they want boxes, cans, and packages of non-perishable food items. The Macomb Public Library is doing this to celebrate National Library Week. They are calling it Food for Finds. The library teamed up with the Salvation Army and Loaves and Fishes for the rest of the month. Bring in your food item and your late book and walk out debt-free. Macomb residents interested in art may want to stop by WIU's art gallery sometime soon to see student artwork at their best. The annual juried exhibition opened last week and expected to last until May 11th. The exhibit features various original artwork which was produced by WIU students. A reception will be held at the art gallery today at 4:30, where students will be awarded for their work.
The art gallery will be hosting a reading reception for the Veterans Literary Magazine next month. The reception will commemorate the second issue of the magazine, which was written and edited by WIU's very own veterans, service members, and alumni. The event will take place on May 11th and is free to the public. Go hug a tree because it's Arbor Day Friday, and the Macomb community is invited to celebrate at a local event. The annual Arbor Day We Care event takes place Friday, where volunteers will help with tree planting and mulching throughout WIU. The event is meant to celebrate the good trees do for ourselves and the environment. Refreshments and gloves will be provided throughout the day.
Social services across the state are struggling due to the state budget impasse.
News 3's Megan Sanchez joins us now with the story of one local organization that's fighting to make ends meet. Megan?
Jose, Brianna, Samaritan Well is a nonprofit in Macomb providing 2 transitional living shelters for the community. Men, women, and children are able to live in these shelters for up to 6 months while working toward their goals of independence. But with 90% of their funding coming from state grants, this organization has taken a big hit.
Since Illinois has been without a budget, Samaritan Well has been operating entirely on reserves.
Right now, we're just struggling.
And with personnel on their way out,
I'm also retiring at the end of May.
The Samaritan Well Board is unsure they can continue to keep their doors open.
If we don't receive state funding, I hate to say it, I would be concerned that we're done.
In fact, Struthers estimates they can only operate for another 4 to 6 months without state funding. Both the case manager and executive director positions are vacant, but Struthers says filling them is going to be tough.
It's very hard to post a position for which you don't know whether there's going to be any funding in the future.
The board is hoping to fill in the gaps, volunteering their time to fill the positions until the state has a budget. But Struthers says they're preparing for the worst.
We're working on contingency plans.
Board member Stephanie Olson was once homeless herself.
I came from a divorce, lost everything.
But with the help of the women's shelter, she got back on her feet.
I'm more empowered today. I have a more solid sense of myself, which is really what it's about.
For so many, Samaritan Well means so much.
I've had residents tell us this is the nicest place they've ever been. This is the only place they've ever had a bed.
But without funding from the state, it's unclear if they will be here for years to come.
The long-term future of the Samaritan Well is up in the air right now.
Despite their struggles, Samaritan Well is pushing forward, planning for their main fundraiser, a fun run during Heritage Days this summer. They're also sending out letters to the community asking for help in their time of need. Jose?
Thank you, Meg. Don't have any plans for this weekend? Well, dance your way down to the Hanley Theater for the annual Spring Gala. The 4-day event starts tonight at 7 p.m. There will also be shows Friday and Saturday at the same time. Another show will be Sundays starting at 2 p.m. Tickets can be purchased at the Hanley box office and are free for WIU students. And do you have what it takes to win Macomb's Got Talent? Here's your chance to show off your best skill. Auditions will be held tomorrow from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Outskirts. If you need music for your talent, be sure to bring it with you. Not talented? No worries. You can still come and watch the auditions. Finalists will compete at the official Macomb's Got Talent competition this June during Heritage Days.
Ahead on Live at 4, usually kids write letters to Santa Claus. But one little girl from Flint, Michigan has requested the presence of a different VIP to her hometown. More on that story ahead.
And new details emerge about Prince's untimely death.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And shelter pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Now from Macomb in high definition, you're watching Brianna Descoret, Jose Gonzalez, Storm Team 3's 5-day outlook, and sports with Eric Sutera. Live at 4 continues.
To help gain momentum for the GOP presidential nomination, Ted Cruz has made a big move. Cruz announced Wednesday Carly Fiorina will be his running mate. The last time GOP presidential candidate announced their VP this early was during President Ronald Reagan's campaign. This is only the second time a presidential candidate has named a VP before receiving the nomination. In order to get the nomination, Cruz must secure 1,237 delegates to beat out leading candidate Donald Trump. Indiana is set to vote on Tuesday. Cruz needs to win that vote to have a contested Republican National Convention.
Since the water crisis began in Flint, Michigan, residents have been calling for President Obama to come visit. Now he's headed to the town next week because of one letter written by the girl known as Little Miss Flint. And as Dave Bondi found out, she is something special.
I am excited.
8-year-old Mari Kopeny forgot that she and her mom, Lulu Brazil, had wrote the letter to President Obama asking for him to come to town. It was this morning when Lulu got an unexpected phone call from a White House spokesperson with the big news.
I'm like, really? He's coming and he wants to meet her? He's like, yeah, he really wants to meet her. That's why he wants to come to Flint. Like, it was her letter that finally got him to come here.
Part of Mari's letter to the president reads, quote, I am one of the children that is affected by this water, and I've been doing my best to march and protest to speak out for all the kids that live here in Flint, unquote. Mari already knows what she is going to say to Obama when it comes to the water.
It smells like bleach and old fish.
Obama wrote Mari saying in part, quote, I am so proud of you for using your voice to speak out on behalf of the children of Flint, unquote. Mari's mom is excited but wants this visit to be more than just a photo op. She wants and needs the president's help.
Yeah, I hope that maybe with him coming here, it'll open his eyes to how bad it really is and how it's not just people blowing it up and out of proportion, that he can see for himself.
Little Mari is a bit overwhelmed with all the attention. The president will find out, just like I did. You never know what this little girl is going to say. If I'm the president sitting here, what are you going to tell me? If I'm the president saying, what do you want me to do, young lady?
Don't sound nothing like the president.
Okay, I don't sound like the president. I know.
You're not him.
I know, I'm not, and I never will be.
He doesn't have that much hair.
You going to say that to him?
No.
Okay.
The president's plans for Wednesday, May 4th have not been finalized, and Mary and her mom aren't sure where the meeting will take place. Wherever it takes place, Mary says she would like the president to bring his dog.
Minnesota authorities investigating the death of rock star Prince are releasing new details. The 57-year-old singer was found dead in his Paisley Park studio on April 21st. A law enforcement official says Prince had opiate medication on him when he died, which are commonly used to treat pain. Investigators suspect an opiate reaction forced the emergency landing of Prince's plane in Malloy about a week before he died. Investigators are waiting on an autopsy and toxicology results before determining an official cause of death for the beloved music icon.
When we come back, Storm Team 3's Emily Manley has our weekend forecast.
Hey, did Did you know that 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Go to theshelterpetproject.org and search your local shelters and rescues. Go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
My favorite thing about WIU is how much we work as a team. Everyone here has helped immensely, and when we work together, the outcome is amazing. Producing for the newscast, writing for the newscast, going to City Council every Monday. It's something that I've learned that it takes a team. There's no such thing as an I. If there's an I, then we know that something's going to go wrong. I really do believe WIU has prepared me for the outside world. I can't wait to see where I end up. I have to thank everyone that has been involved. You know, Jasmine Creighton, she has managed to help me overcome that scary part. And the way that you have a great show is not the content that you have, it's the people who you work with. And here at WIU, I have had a chance to work with some excellent people.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Now, from the Storm Team 3 Weather Center, here's Emily Manley.
And welcome back here to Live at 4. We didn't see any of that tornado damage here in Macomb last night, but we did have some pretty high winds and a lot of rain. That's not saying so much today, just a bunch of clouds outside. Taking a look at the temperature around here in Macomb, 60 degrees, humidity at 60%, and winds at 12 miles per hour coming out of the west. This is the temperature around the Macomb area here. 59 degrees in Keokuk, 57 in Burlington, and 63 in Springfield. I put the surface map on here because I want to show you what it's like when we have a cloud coverage. You can see here right in Macomb, there's that low pressure system that's sitting in our area, and that is due to our cloud coverage. That low pressure system got out of the area last night. But if we take a look here at the satellite, you can see this is that low pressure system that I was just talking about. It is circling, and that's what's causing all that cloud coverage here in Macomb. This is our radar outside right now. There's really nothing going on around our area. Everything has moved through, and we're going to be calm here for the next few days. Taking a look at our almanac here for this day, it says April 14th. It's definitely not April 14th, but it is average of 67 degrees, but we did have a high of 60 today. Record for today was 90 degrees, and we did hit below freezing at one point. Taking a look, though, this is moving into tonight. You can see that in Macomb it'll be 45 degrees. No one is still hitting the freezing temperatures out there, but it's still going to be cooler than what we've been experiencing. 48 in Springfield. Moving into tomorrow here, you can see that 63 in Macomb, 66 in Quincy. Everyone's going to be seeing around 60 degrees tomorrow, and the sun is going to come out. Moving into this evening, 43 degrees, partly cloudy. Some of those clouds are going to be moving out of the area. The winds will die down a little bit. It's 15 miles an hour outside right now, but as moving into tomorrow, winds will die down even more. This is moving into tomorrow here, as long as my computer keeps up with me. 66 degrees outside, winds about the same as tonight. So you know what? Get outside and enjoy. Moving into my 5-day forecast here, you can see that it is going to be some rain here this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Chances are low for Sunday, but that's okay because moving into Monday and Tuesday, we're going to see that sun come back out, sitting in the 60 degrees for that temperature right now around this actual area, so that's average for this year. But I'm just glad we're going to see a little more sunshine this weekend.
All right, thank you, Emily.
All right, Eric Sutera joins us now with what's next in sports.
And coming up in sports, the Western Illinois men's basketball team added 2 new faces this week to their roster. We'll take a look at what's in store for the 2016 Wespies being held this Sunday in Western Hall. And we'll find out what it's like to play on the same sports team as siblings. All that coming up after the break.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit. I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Don't worry. The 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play more. To donate or volunteer, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Now, Macomb's local sports focus. Here's Eric Sutera.
Welcome back to Live at 4. Western Illinois men's basketball added 2 new faces this past week, Lintrick Moxie and Chris Snyder. Chris Snyder is a 6'10", 235-pound guard from Shingle Springs, California. He played his first season of college basketball at Regis College in Denver, Colorado, then transferred to Casper College in 2015. Moxie is a 6'2", 190-pound guard who is coming off of 2 seasons at Lamar Community College in Colorado. He averaged 8.3 points, 3.6 rebounds, and 1 assist in the 2015-16 season. Western Illinois Athletics will hold its 3rd annual Wespies banquet this Sunday, May 1st in Western Hall. The Wespies is the end-of-the-year banquet recognizing all Western sports programs. Awards will be given out to student athletes in a variety of different categories, including Male and Female Athlete of the Year, Male and Female Rookie of the Year, and others. Doors open at 6 and dinner is served at 6:30. Being siblings on the same sports team can have its ups and downs. 2 Leatherneck softball sisters have found it to be the most helpful part of playing together.
Tierney Bettino and Sydney Bettino, sisters on the Leatherneck softball team, have been playing together for their whole lives. And how they ended up at Western together was influenced by quite a few people.
Actually, fun fact, both of our parents went here. So a lot of it was because of them. We kind of got interested in it. They told us to take a look at it. They're like, take a look, we both went here. And my former high school teammate, Leah Romeo, actually played here too. So that was a big part of the reason. When I came, I just fell in love with it. And I think when my sister came on her visit, she felt the same.
Having Tierney here with me, that's just the most ideal for me. I can't really imagine now, after experiencing most of my freshman year without Tierney here.
Tierney, being the older sister in her senior season, has taken it upon herself to help her younger sister, Sydney, grow and develop as a player.
A lot of it is I feel more for her, what she does during a game, than I do for myself. So it's actually really awesome to see her grow, because in the short few months that she's been here, she's gotten so much better. And I've gotten to see her develop over the years. For the past 8 years we've played together.
It's really nice just having her there. I always hear her voice whenever I'm up to bat in the field. She's always yelling at me at practice. I know some people would kind of get mad about that, but I like having her there. I like to hear her voice giving me feedback on everything that I'm doing wrong or well.
Rivalry and competition is common amongst most siblings, but these two show their support to each other more than anything.
You know, she actually has always been way stronger than me and can hit the ball way farther. So, you know, this past weekend, or when we played USD and she was doing so well, I'm like, wow, like she is doing a million times better than me. But honestly, it's actually really, really awesome and satisfying to see her do a good job just as much as it would be to see anyone else.
We were on the same travel team my freshman year of high school and her senior year of high school. I wouldn't say we were competing though, just because I was so much younger, I was so much unexperienced. But everybody else on that team, like her too, they helped the other freshmen out, they helped the underclassmen out. Like, it was really fun.
The Leatherneck softball team will head to Indianapolis to take on the IUPUI Jaguars for a 3-game series this weekend. That's it for sports. Final word is next on Live at 4.
You can be a hero by being prepared for an emergency. First, make a plan. Call a family meeting to plan for things like how to connect with loved ones after an emergency or your escape route. I am not fast. Build a kit. When disaster strikes, it's important to have enough supplies to last 3 days. And don't forget the batteries.
Low battery.
Visit ready.gov/kids for more preparedness tips.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Stories, they happen everywhere. At NEWS3, we go the distance and tell them firsthand. Across the region,
the tornado tore through a neighborhood in Washington, Illinois.
Across the state.
Here at the state capitol in Springfield for the gubernatorial race.
Across generations.
We have a lot of people that are very dedicated. We're all volunteers.
The stories that inform us, the stories that move us, the stories that matter from a fresh perspective.
A 12-year-old girl in Rochester, New York was excited to run her first 5K race, but she didn't end up competing it.
Liadianez Rodriguez Espada was running late to the race, and instead of running the 5K, she joined the wrong group of runners and completed an entire half marathon by accident.
All of this while her mother stood by at the finish line watching runner after runner come in, waiting to see her daughter. After enough time had passed, she got the police and race organizers involved by having them check the chip on her race bib.
But it didn't register and that she had even started the race. Espada finished the half marathon in 2 hours and 43 minutes and received a medal. Now, as it said that she had only been running for 2 months before she actually ended up doing this half marathon by accident. So I thought that was pretty insane.
I could finish it in 2 hours and 42 minutes.
Oh, look at you.
But I do want to say this is actually Eric Sotera's last newscast, and he's actually going to graduate. So I want to congratulate him and everyone at NEWS3 for that too.
Yes, we wish you luck, Eric.
Thank you, guys.
Now let's take a look at our weather.
Taking a look outside. Actually, we're not going to take a look outside. That was my bad with my camera. But we're going to take a look at the 5-day forecast here. You can see that we're going to see a little bit of sunshine tomorrow. There shouldn't be too big of a chance of rain. I threw that in there just in case. But I don't think we're going to see any. Saturday and Sunday, though, are the big chances for rain. Saturday, you're going to want indoor activities all day. Sunday, it should be later showers. And, you know, it's going to be a great day to watch some hockey. The Blues play that day for anybody that cares. Then on Monday and Tuesday, it'll look absolutely fantastic outside. So some great time to get outside and enjoy next week.
I'm excited for it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. That's all for us today.
But we're online all the time.
Stay up to date with us at news3wiu.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
Thank you for joining us this evening again, and
from all of us at News 3, have a great night, Macomb.